second. What's that over there? Oh no! It's coming right for us! It's... William McKinley was the 25th President of the United States, and the last president to have fought in the Civil War. Here he is at the age of 15. Wow. Either he was going to make president, or be one hell of a serial killer. And here is his wife, Ida Saxton McKinley. I won't mention her again, I just think that's the greatest First Lady name ever, don't you? Now, as stern as he looks, McKinley was actually a pretty peace-loving guy. The United States was going through a burgeoning imperialist phase, wanting to stretch its military muscle and start carving out its little empire. McKinley was opposed to this, saying, "Red rum!" Apologies. What he actually said was, "We want no wars of conquest. We must avoid the temptation of territorial aggression." But after the USS Maine exploded in a Cuban harbor, apparently the result of a Spanish torpedo, the nation's fervor for war grew. With the rallying cry, "Remember the Maine!" on the lips of the people and in the pages of headline-starved newspapers, McKinley was forced to reluctantly declare war on Spain. The Spanish-American War lasted just 10 weeks, but its repercussions can still be felt today. And from the war, the United States took control of Puerto Rico and Guam. The U.S. also demanded and got a permanent American base on Cuba called Guantanamo Bay. With an undisputed victory and the spoils of war, McKinley would surely be re-elected to a second term. But there was just one problem. McKinley's vice president, Garrett Hobart, died in office just before an election year. But who to run on the ticket with McKinley? Well, around this time, the young governor of New York had his eye on the White House. Theodore Roosevelt was fresh from a stint in the Spanish-American War and a certified hero. He had commanded a volunteer cavalry regiment known as the Rough Riders to a decisive victory at the Battle of San Juan Hill. As a progressive Republican, Roosevelt made very few friends in big business because of his efforts to root out corruption and destroy machine politics. Along with being one of the most popular Republicans in the country, Theodore Roosevelt was also deemed a radical by Republican top brass. But how to get him out of the way? Why don't we put him on the vice presidential ticket? At the time, the vice presidency was seen as a career dead end. So Theodore Roosevelt was put on the Republican ticket with McKinley. That should keep him out of the way. Unless the president were to die in office. Shit. And that's just what happened. A young anarchist named Leon Czolgosz believed there was a great injustice within American society that let the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. Following a cue from European anarchists of the day, Czolgosz decided to act. On September 6, 1901, at the Temple of Music in Buffalo, New York, he shot President McKinley twice in the abdomen with a pistol. And before McKinley was removed from the grounds, he begged the crowd not to harm his would-be assassin. Now that is kindness. The president died a week later after his wounds turned gangrenous, thus making Teddy Roosevelt the 26th President of the United States. Shit. Teddy would survive his own assassination attempt years later after running as president for another political party. The Bull Moose Party. After being shot in the chest, Roosevelt decided he would make his speech as planned, telling the audience, "Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know whether you fully understand that I have just been shot. But it takes more than that to kill a bull moose." What? With William McKinley's assassination, Congress finally passed legislation officially charging the Secret Service with protection of the president. Well, there you have it. I hope you've enjoyed yourself more than she has, and I hope history's come alive for you, if only to be assassinated later. If you'd like me to do more random history, give it the thumbs up button. And until next time, we'll see you on the flip side. That was unpleasant.